recourse for anything, and then falling and being out of the lobby.
It seemed like it was a blast, man, I'll tell you. Look at that. That was 200 health to 0 in that quick of a time.
I think that was 3 headshots, 2 body shots, but showing the power of that drum gun in all the circumstances as he goes and finds somebody else's jump pad and takes to the sky. Steens also mimicking him there and trying to get whatever rotation as we see 1-2 ballers left in play. And you know what? I gotta say, shout outs to NAEs. They're letting a lot less of these rollers go around. Maybe because of the drum gun's ability to just rip through those. Again, 8 bullets takes one of those things down. Malrizzo goes down in about 4 of those as he flies right across the Daxter's screen, and Lava Flow also gets picked up almost incidentally.
That was like a perfect play right there from Daxter. 2 eliminations, edit, Shadow Bomb, into the next setup, and he's going to do the same darn thing again.
Yeah, going to get a second angle now and just post up, knowing he's on the side so he can cover one angle. And Launchy gets ripped. Only 3 bullets pick him there, but able to cover fast enough. Daxter instantly switches target, forces Corey off, and now him and Leo are right next to each other, but we have DMO from Ghost on the high ground. And Steens was in a shadow bomb. And Demo says, I don't care. Using that tighter ADS spread. 2 shots out right away. 71-30. Goodbye, Steens.
Steens was like, oh, I'm fine. I'm mid-shadow form. There's no way I die. Okay, I'm dead.
Block, block.
Yeah, and DMO try to match what Issa did earlier with that top performance over there in EU.
Now we're into the top 5, and you see Demo just trying to hit whatever clay pigeons he can there. Again, there goes those rounds. Will he be able to find it with the suppressed SMG swap? And he does. Kai getting picked up. So now it's DMO, J-Mock, and Daxter left. Daxter in the bottom right. Demo in your top right. J-Mock getting pressured. Demo in his box, and that's it. Going to be a 1v1 now between Demo and Daxter. Ghost versus E11. High ground versus low ground. What can he do?
DMO, nice job just tarping this entire sky, and now beginning to make some edit plays, looking down on his opponent. Daxter just staring straight up with the heavy sniper rifle. There's the challenge spray comes in, and right at the end, it's DMO with the tac shotgun and the elimination. Had only 17 HP, but that's it. 8 elims, victory royale, 18 points for the Ghost player there. A great end to that first little bit of NA East segment. Always a blast to cast it together. Sundown, Zeke and Ball, take it away.
Thank you so much, Courage. What an awesome game. Great showing there from Ghost DMO, even hitting us with a conga there at the end, possibly.
Good plays. First one I want to talk about is Kovac. In that first game we saw of that set, this is an easy one, but I want to talk about the awareness that he has in that end game. This is showing a crazy prowess. Look, he's watching this player, he's waiting for him to do something, waiting for him to shoot, but then he realizes, hey, actually I have to leave right now. There's no elimination there. I just wanted to point out how you have to be aware and leave when you need to. If the storm is on your back, you need to give yourself time to get the eliminations, and that's exactly what happened there. And then he actually did follow it up with the win as well. So not just showing off a little bit of eliminations throughout the game, but following it up with the win to Kovac. Good play through that game. And now diminished here with the RPG. We saw the heavy snipe RPG combos. We see that a lot, but we don't often see it with the AR. Actually, that was a metal wall too, so good play from him, and then also finding the cracks. Every time you see a crack like that with the RPG, you just go ahead and shoot through. You never know when you're gonna be able to find somebody. But this was a situation of unwanted aggression by either player. Showtime was like, I just want to get through with my baller, and Aminish was actually getting his structures destroyed. So Showtang, unfortunately, is gonna get his baller destroyed, and Aminish is gonna deal with that problem. But now Sakura Wally, this was ridiculous, Zeke. Just watch. I mean, tactical shotgun right now, this is a hot topic. Which one are you going to carry? But this is a crazy showing of why the tac is so good, especially in these end games when it gets so congested on the side. Look at this, and it's not even over. Another one is going to come through. You have these clean shots, and that's what's so important. If you hit them, that's going to matter in the long run. With that large clip size, the reload speed on the tac, it's perfect. But Aminish, we saw him earlier, he's going to clean it up. A nice slow waterfall down on the snake. Good awareness there. And I talked about pre-building the top here. Don't forget, you could also pre-build the wall of a player. If they're inside of a box, you can just build the wall, and then when they come through, you can go and get it. But Keox, actually, you saw him kind of hesitate when he saw the slipstream. He was like, what do I do here? But no, this is an example of a player who knows exactly his surroundings. Knowing that there's the stairs here, he goes straight through the slipstream and then actually finds a nice little angle to escape from. as nobody was going to able to shoot at him while he was in the sky, but continuing to follow it up. Look at these edits. See, that stair flip right there, Courage call it out. That stair flip, he did like 1 or 2 of those throughout the entire thing, but you have to be so quick with him.
Oh, okay.
And Zeke, this is Elevate right now. That's a very good player that he just made look silly, unfortunately. And Keox, this was, again, we talk about which shotgun are you going to use. If it comes down to a small circle like that, when it's tiny, you gotta carry the tack, I think. It does have the higher damage potential. So, who knows? We'll see. It's still shaping up, though, Zeke. It's still shaping up.
Still a hot topic. There you go. Thank you for breaking that down, Baller. We also have the standings coming out of NA East as they are now. Right now, FaZe Sway sitting at the top with 57 points. Behind him, Cloud from TSM with 54. And third, Bugga from Sentinels with 53 points. Now, we saw Tilt was dominating not that long ago, and now he's pushed back. It's only a 5-point difference, but still plenty of room to work with. DMO there in 10th, so that stellar game propelled him up the leaderboards. Yeah. And now he's making top 10.
Yeah, and again, things are really volatile. You talked about how Tilt was in 1st before, and now he's in 4th, and Demo was also kind of up there before last time we checked in. We'll see where he's at later on. I mean, the game's update. It's very volatile in the semifinals. It could change at an instant. We saw it in EU. I think we saw the standings right before we ended, and the standings when we ended, the page was completely different. So remember, all that matters is top 3,000 right now.
Top 3,000 heading into the finals tomorrow. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to have to go to a break, but when we return, we'll have more Fortnite action for you. And as the director would say, BRB.
BRB.
These kids are crazy talented, man. Oh my goodness, it's so hard to keep up with them, but it's awesome. You know, even though I'm older, I can still keep up. You know, I have like a lot of extra experience. I've been playing games for a lot longer than they have. It's about like getting myself in the right headspace to want to improve. You know, after I've gone to the gym for an hour and a half, I always feel like I can sit down and play games for a long period of time. You know, if I don't do that physical aspect, then sometimes I feel like I have a bit of pent up energy, or maybe I feel a bit lazy. I always think of the best strats and the best things that we can do to improve when I'm at the gym, because it's just the best place to have my mind wander. And I really need that, especially being, you know, a competitive gamer or a streamer. You don't get a lot of that kind of downtime. It is very mentally active, so it's really important for me physically and mentally to do that. Even the best players with bad mindset will not go very far. It's all about how you approach it. You need to play purely with the mindset of trying to improve, which means taking responsibility for all of your mistakes. Don't blame the game. Don't blame how other people play. Take full responsibility. Think about how you could have done it better and work on your weaknesses. It's all about mindset. The most important thing to look for isn't necessarily what's in the fight. So a lot of people will say, like, oh, I died because my pump didn't do as much damage, or because he had more traps than me, or something like that. You have to take a step back and you have to look at what happened to get into the fight. So like, you might have rotated into somebody who had 2 traps in the late game. It's a moving zone, but you need to look before that and you say, how could I have rotated better to avoid the fight in the first place? Because those kind of rotations, those ways that you can avoid those unfavorable scenarios, that's how you're going to be consistent. I'm super looking forward to New York and the rest of the week at the qualifiers. Good luck to everyone who's playing. Remember, you do have multiple chances, but the most important thing is to visualize yourself winning. Visualize the success and visualize what it looks like to get to that success. I'm keen to see who else is going to be coming to New York from OC and from other regions as well. It's going to be super awesome.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Fortnite World Cup coverage here for Week 5 of the online qualifiers. Today is day 1 of 2 of this weekend's action, and already it's been fantastic up to this point. We are at the midway point of the NA East games, and it's time to switch up our casters, because I know the games are ready. Our casters are ready too. Bring them on out. It's Kenny Plays and Zeke. Have a good cast, my friends.
Oh, yeah. The band is back together.
I am ready. This is like my favorite part of the region too, when you get into these like super high point lobbies, the best of the best players. They are ready, prepped, primed. What do you think we're going to see today, Zeke?
Listen, we're going to see more of the drum gun, and what I want to see is the JD. All right, I've yet to see the JD that is not in fact Myth's original strategy, because this is what Courage told me, and I believe everything he tells me.
Yes.
The JD. But games
I believe
are ready.
Nothing.
I believe everything he tells me, apparently.
Games are ready, so let's get into it, Zeke. I'm really excited to see what we've got prepared for us, what these incredible players are going to bust out and do. We already see Destroy, Coop Train, and Blue Tea in this game. Zam!
Okay. Blue Tea hop in. I mean, we've seen Blue Tea kind of all over, right? He's been across the scene since, I think, as far back as Summer Skirmish, actually, if I remember correctly. Now, keep in mind, guys, we have about an hour left here in NAE, so we're gonna be jumping into games. If you're new, welcome. What? Oh no, what?
Look at his second slot.
Is it the minigun?
It's a minigun.
I mean,
okay.
Oh, was that 2 different players? Okay, listen, Blue Tea.
Almost secured that player there. Looks like he's gonna pull out the minigun and it's gonna get a redeploy away, but actually a rift to go away. I was really excited to see a nice little minigun play there, but when you've got that gray napkin in that first slot, you can get those eliminations.
You know, I heard you saying that.
That's what I call it.
Oh, okay, I heard you saying something. I was not that far away over on the stage watching, and I heard you say something, and I missed the context. At the time, I thought it was funny, but now I see.
No, it's because if you were to throw a gray napkin at someone, that's how much damage the gray tack would do.
Yeah, okay.
It doesn't make a lot of sense.
I like and subscribe to the content. There you go.
Yes.
You know what we probably should do is take a moment, get people up to speed if they're just tuning in for the first time.
First time, congratulations.
Yeah, hope you've had an incredible Saturday. Obviously, the format is pretty much the same as it's always been. Top 25, top 15, top 5 victory hour, all the placement thresholds, with each ELIN being a point. We're in week 5. It's crazy to think that we've already gotten this far. We're already halfway through.
Yeah.
I don't even know. I
blinked,
I know.
Week 5.
I have no concept of time anymore. I just don't understand.
No, it's okay. You don't need a concept of time, because we'll make sure that you're here at the right time, casting the right games. We got a great production team taking us through this right now. We just got a little taste of Outlet, who we've seen on the competitive scene a lot. He's an exceptional player, and now we're here checking out Furious. Hello, it's Furious. Not just Furious. It's Furious.
Also YouTube. You can look him up.
Also YouTube. You guys can look him up. Get some of that free Fortnite stream clout here, Furious. Looks like he's going to be making this play on his opponent, and we see a lot of players going for that late storm camp, waiting for the edit, and when they pop out, you better believe it, there's a shotgun waiting for you. Now choosing to go back into the storm, use his jump pad, and we see a lot of players doing that tactically because it prevents the use of the community jump pad.
That's right. Now, I mean, he did trade off quite a bit of health, so he has to dedicate and commit to the 10 seconds required for the med kit. Good and bad. If you're keeping an eye when people are like floating around, you can very easily push them, and then they're on the back foot. Now, he did get the full heal. I mean, it worked out. Furious, it's furious.
It's
right
furious.
Here. It's fast. It is. All right. And now, I mean, look at this. Tracers left and right now. Kitty face sway on the bottom, just trying desperately to keep himself safe in his 1x1. He's got a drum gun with 700 rounds, by the way. Attack. He's got the ghost. Okay, here we go. Smoke bombs.
Perfect timing on that ghost smoke bomb. Opting to go into the zone a little bit, do a little flip back into the zone, and you got to be ready for when that expires. You need to know the timing. You need to be ready to build your 1x1 and protect yourself, because players are waiting now. There's been enough time with this new item that they know what to expect. They know that play. They want to be waiting for you when you pop out of that and hopefully get some shots on you and maybe even elimination.
Yeah, I mean, this item is very, very versatile. I actually watched Sundown use it in one of his games the other day, and it was very impressive. And I thought, I wish I was as mechanically gifted as anyone else, because I play like a wet noodle.
Practice makes perfect, Zeke. Don't worry, you'll get it one day.
I guess I have time.
Like here.
No way! What do you mean, Sway? You cannot take advantage of that poor person like that. Okay, that was legitimately the crazy. I've never seen someone use a smoke bomb
that made
that
me cry
aggressively.
Inside a little bit, to be honest. That was he just watched and waited and lined it up, and there was nothing he could have done. It was a one shot.
Do you see too? Like he was standing still. The other player was still 1-by-1, and they were like, I'm safe. This is my safe. This is my safe zone.
I've got the loadout of my dreams. But no, not today, says Sway. And now we got Paul up here on this super, super high ground. He is in a great position right now. We do see Coop Train, who we saw earlier today. And Paul gets his first elimination of the day. He does have access to that jump pad if he needs it. There is a little bit of a community jump pad being used. He needs to make sure that he secures his high ground with those players that are,
There you go. You just had to put the tags on him. The storm will do the rest. That's all it takes.
No, that was a fault. He prevented that person from getting high ground. He bounced off and then off the jump pad and then off his roof and then got fall damage.
And then he got a little bonked his little nugget.
That was a fall damage. Oh wow, that works too.
You know? Listen, this is the best.
I will take it.
They're trying to
Wait.
Listen.
Sway has 10 eliminations.
Well, you know what they say. Things always go his sway when he's playing. What's up?
Pookie.
I am male Pookie
Now
face.
Zeke, I have had both pun masters to cast with today. We are now in a 1v1 situation with Paul and Sway. Sway sitting on 10 eliminations. Paul does have the ultimate high ground. Opts to give it up to Sway here. Only sitting on 2 eliminations, and looks like that was not the play there. I'm very curious to see why. That was his reasoning, why he pushed at that moment when he did. Sway did have campfires. Maybe he saw him pick him up and didn't want to go to a heal off. But interesting, aggressive push taking that. But Sway definitely deserved that round.
Yeah, I mean,
11 eliminations.
It all goes his sway. Next
21-point game, Zeke.
That's
math
huge.
is easy.
It's not for me. I'm going to let you do all the math because I never do it right for whatever reason. My brain is too slow. NA East action, though, was hopping with, 7 EO, Tio, EO. You know what? Let's call him Tio. What? Bala? What is it? Leo? All right, it's Leo. I'm getting word from Bala TW incoming. Bala
I like
over.
how Bala tried to tell it to us by saying le.
Like, yeah, ole,
It's an L
Leo.
sound. Le.
Yeah. I mean, listen, we're all one big Fortnite family here, and, Bala standing by, ready to give us the insights.
Ready to support. Ready to support when you need them. We got Demo in this lobby. We got Crunchy in this lobby. And remember, guys, if you're just tuning in, we are dropping in to all of these top point lobbies right at that 5-zone mark, ready to get into the biggest action, the best endgame plays, and right in that top right of your corner of your screen, you can see these are the qualifying spots. So Oceania, Asia, Brazil, Europe, we've already seen them. We have NA East right now, which has 6 spots available, and then later today we'll drop in with some NA West games. They have 2 spots available, so Jawilzy can't see, no eliminations yet. Interesting SMG loadout here, looking to get one of those 6 spots, catching FA Nut off guard, and that's what happens.
He's now max builds, by the way, picked up 500 rounds for his weapons. He is good to go back in the action as if nothing had happened. He can't see. It's okay. He's doing this blind. It's impressive.
And now he has a push. Great item in here. There was a remake to it a while ago. If you guys are unfamiliar with that, you now can see through it easier, but it also blocks that first shot. So if you get shot in the chest by a heavy sniper, that's going to be totally negated, and you're going to survive it.
Unless they shoot your pinky toe, in which case
that's
you're
why
going
I said
down.
the chest.
Yeah, no, that's good. I know. I was just following up and just making sure it was clear as day.
Watch your toes.
Watch your pinky toes. I don't have them anymore.
Give them your toes.
There you go.
Don't give me them toes.
Give him the toes.
Oh,
Jawilzy, excuse me, rolling around in his baller and immediately getting punished for trying to just make his rounds as safely as possible.
And
there's another ball.
shots. He does not want this play to go unpunished, potentially looking to steal his opponent's baller. Looks like there is an opportunity to do so. Ooh, breaking through that wall, and Rebound isn't able to hold that turbo build, is going to give up his baller, all his items, just for taking shots on the baller. That's what, I mean, I like to see these players getting a little bit more aggressive, especially this early. Ooh, another shot on Servardo. Great job by him. And I like to see them getting a little more aggressive on the ballers, but at the end of the day,
it didn't quite work out in that player's favor, especially because Jawilzy can't see. So, very impressive. My mind is boggled.
That was blind. Wow. Ooh,
Cloud!
Oh, he did it! Cloud with the clutch heavy sniper headshot. Woof.
That player
Oh,
was
a silent
It was
sniper.
a silent sniper,
Woo.
yeah. And look, he's going to now use these shadow bombs to reposition. Now, don't forget, you can be invisible as long as you're not touching the ground. So even after the 6 seconds expire, you just have to be in the air. It doesn't go away. And now look at that. Because of that, he gets high ground, and now he can just turn his attention. Is there anyone else up here? Anyone trying to challenge me? This player does. 13, because they fell. You'll like to see it. Now, I love this addition of the mats, by the way, because now we can actually break down. Look, he's got no metal. This is huge. Because going on later, that metal would have been beneficial. Right now, he's got to rely on the brick. He cannot use wood right now. Because anyone, especially if they have like a minigun, they're just like, all right, you're coming down. You know, your structure is just gone.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of players utilizing the minigun today, actually. Cloud does get that elimination onto Palm. Now sitting on 56 builds remaining. He's going to need to start being a little bit careful with how he decides to use that, especially if he's going for that ultra high ground blanket play. We do see Tribe is lit right below him on top of Pourings, and Cloud taking some really clean shots. Getting that elimination. He's sitting on 5 now.
I mean, this number is going to continue to rack itself up. We are in top 10, so at 5 is the next placement threshold. So he just wants these. He's going on the hunt, trying to find players, isolate them as quickly as possible. Almost got shots out there, but had to reload. Unfortunate, but it's okay, because now that player is going on the defensive. And now Cloud's just got to do the standard, right? Textbook, just tarp out, give yourself high ground. This player, you saw him shooting. He's got no shields. Someone else decides to challenge Cloud. They might have made a decision quite wrong, because Nas gets shut down immediately. And now look, more builds, more potential ammo.
Still not enough.
No.
He does have 23. It is moving back towards the way that he's already built. This is definitely in Cloud's favor right now. Pourings and Julezy in a little bit of an engagement on that mid ground right now. Pourings getting that RPG shot. I think he took some damage there. Julezy building just in time for Pourings to take a shot onto himself. He is going to have time to pop those shields, though. Cloud sitting on the high ground with 6 eliminations. Julezy sitting on 7. Julezy has way more builds, though. If Cloud's going to have to blank it out again, he's not going to be able to sustain it.
This is going to be tough. Look how we're near this edge if players build out. So we're going to be moving, coasting along this edge right now. If players aren't careful, they will be taking a dip off the side of the map right now. 3 players. This is coming down to the wire. I mean, Cloud has health advantage, right? But if Pourings can get a trade out over on Julezy, or vice versa, they'll be at 200, so...
Yeah, with only 3 players remaining, I'm really hoping this doesn't go to a heal off. Looks like a few of them are looking to get aggressive. Cloud already raining down shots with his drum gun. Pourings looking up with that RPG, looking for any opportunity he can get, but I'm sure he's being a little bit tentative after taking all that RPG damage himself. Any extra build that's put in his vicinity can reflect that back on him, and he would only have about 20 health remaining after that. All looking to follow the zone right now, blanketing as much as they can. Cloud now sitting only on 2 builds. 1 build left, goes on the aggressive, onto the Pourings does get the elimination because of that fall. He backed right off of that layer, looking to get away from him.
Both have campfires. They both have campfires, and right now Julezy's expires, and look, he has no idea. He can't find Cloud.
Oh, Cloud was literally just above him, but with the way that it had built, he tried to get it to fall down, but it was just connected at too many points. Cloud taking home that victory royale. 7 eliminations going into the next round with 17 points from this 1 round. Insane gameplay, utilization of his resources. He really didn't have enough, and made it work. But now we're right back into another game. We got Bugga and I Carry, a few of our favorites. Let's see what happens.
I mean, listen, we always have games to hop into, all right? 35 players.
40 minutes
you know,
left.
40 minutes. This is coming down to the wire. And again, these guys want to qualify for tomorrow, right? Tomorrow's finals. And that's when you want to just play your heart out, leave everything on the table, and just do everything you can. Okay.
Give me them toes.
Wow, that was definitely a give me them toes moment. That was the craziest wall edit to just see the one lone foot, the one toesy.
The one toesy, and Bugga actually offered to go for that green drum gun instead of the legendary assault rifle. So really seeing these players prioritizing that drum gun over other weapons. Community, once again, you guys chose this. Here is your meta, ladies and gentlemen. Bugga landing on top of this build, able to secure himself a little bit of a 1x1, and remember, he's got that RPG. We've seen how much these players are able to utilize this in these games lately.
Now, the trick would be he only has the 6 rockets, right? So he could save them and wait till, you know, the space gets a little more dense and a little tightly packed, and then start fracturing builds, forcing people to fight. or he could use it now. I think he's probably going to opt to save them. It makes the most sense unless he's like, sure, like this player, if he's like, if I can convert this one rocket into this elim and he potentially has more, I'll take the risk, right? But we saw in the last game, someone fired a rocket, cracked themselves in the face. It's not in a position you want to be in.
No, definitely not. But I think these players right now they're at that point where they're making these decisions, and within their mind, they're thinking strategically all the time. If there is an opening for him to use that rocket, you better believe that he is going to use it. They need every inch they can get in these games. Every single elimination point counts towards that top leaderboard, and they only have like 6 spots. So. Yeah. This week, they want to be on that number. We have Aspect in this lobby too, seeing a lot of you guys' favorite players right now. We're going to get a perspective now of ZDQW, who has this ultimate high ground, sitting on that rift, and it looks like the zone is going to go in his favor. He's going to be able to sit on high ground for as long as he wants and take shot on these guys as they make their rotation. You do see him making sure he's protecting his high ground from the oncoming rifts and getting some insane cracks.
That was that player's on white HP,
and he knows.
He immediately. That was Elevate of all people there. Unbelievable. If you're ZDQ right now, ZDQW, sorry, you're feeling really excited about that. That was really well played. And this just goes back to like loadouts, right? We've seen some players saying, I don't even need an AR. ZDQW is saying, look, this AR just helped me pick up Elevate.
Yep.
I just shut down his run for this game because of this AR, because of the precision this weapon allows me to have.
Yep. Showing a lot of different types of play styles for these guys. A lot of them choosing close range, more on the low ground style plays versus that high ground AR perspective. So definitely taking advantage of the storm positioning there, getting that elimination on the Rifters before he had to rotate. And now we're back spectating Bugga. He's got these 3 eliminations. He does have that jump pad too for the mobility if he needs to use it. Lots of shields to work with if he gets tagged during rotations. But it looks like a player did come in behind him there. We've got Landjock in this lobby, also Emad, Hart, a lot of your guys' favorite names that you're seeing. Falter in there as well. This is a stacked lobby right now. These guys are playing their hearts out for those 6 spots, or, you know, today to up 3,000 will get them to tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you think today's action is insane. Tomorrow's action is going to be even crazier. Make sure you come back tomorrow to watch and cheer on your favorite competitors. Bugga here, he got traded out. Now, thankfully, he's still, I mean, he's got the half shields, right? He's got the minis. He even has a campfire. He's ready to make trades and make decisions and potentially pay for it because he's like, look, I just have all this other utility. I can top myself back off.
His resources, though.
That's where I was going, was not great there. Everything else looking great. Resources really scarce, but if you can find an elim right here, behind you. Oh my God, the 180 flick shot. Okay, now we're back in the game. 50 builds.
My Lanta, does not matter in those 2v1 situations when you're Bugga. He is making the best of what he's got right now, opting to use a rocket, potentially looking to get that ultimate high ground. This could be what he's putting in play to make that advance up into the top. But again, we saw him pick up 50 builds already on 9. This tunnel building style uses up so much of your resource utility, and now he's going to have to convert another elimination if he wants any builds.
Yeah, he's really banking on the fact that he could potentially find someone with their back to the storm wall and pick him off. It hasn't happened yet. A nice 33 over on that player. If he can isolate and shut him down, he might have builds. The tricky thing is, though, is if he shuts down someone else, do they have builds? If the answer is no, he's in the same spot. They smoke bomb, and he wasn't tracking where they might have gone because his pressure is coming in all over. His teammate Aspect from Sentinels shuts him down. You know that the brotherly love. Oh my God, in the box! Oh my God!
Wow,
that guy's name was Hi, I'm in his name. That was literally what happened. He just appeared in the box. Hello, it is me.
Nice to see you.
Aspect's reaction time there was
the ramp and the trap.
Yeah, he the moment he popped out, he was like, look, ramp, trap, get him.
And we got top 5 now. Jerem on that ultimate high ground, taking out Landrock. Actually, that was Falter picking up 2 eliminations in a row. Now we've got Aspect and Falter on that low ground in that 1v1 situation. Falter picking him up. This is now between Jerem and Falter. Jerem dropping down onto the top of this house, conserving his resources. Both of them have enough builds to take this a little bit longer. Falter, 3 drum gun. Sorry, I'm at a loss of words right now. 3 drum gun loadout right now with that AR right now. This is insane. He's sitting on 5 eliminations all in from the low ground, but it is not enough. Green drum gun versus triple blue drum gun. Germ takes it against Falter. Falter, what a meta, my man.
Well, you know, Germ just proved It's confirmed. You saw it with your own eyes. One green drum gun beats 3 blue drum guns. That is confirmed. You watched it. I watched it. I'm baffled.
I literally lost my ability to speak from that.
I mispronounced drum gun, drum grunt.
Drum. Okay,
you know,
now
make sure you pick up drum grunts.
Trying to say that, say that 6 times fast, everybody. Okay, we got 34 minutes left in our NA East division. We are spectating now Kazooie, who's on 100 Thieves. He's rocking the hand cannon.
Interesting.
SMG.
Compact SMG.
Oh my god, every time.
I got you. Yeah. No drum gun. So this is interesting. I think this is maybe the second or third time we've seen this, where players are rocking that. Oh my.
Oh
God!
okay.
That was okay. Kazooie. Oh God, I love watching Kazooie so much.
He's going for that first shot accuracy, AR shot into that hand cannon rotation, and gets that elimination with it. I mean, we were about to talk about it, and really good job on his part. You do see FaZe Binny, one of the newer additions to FaZe, pushing up towards Kazooie on that side of the ground, and it's just, I love seeing players that, you know, you don't know what their drop was like, you don't know what their loadout was like, and they just got what they got, and they're doing the best they can with it. And so far, Kazooie, you know, put it to work, utilizing that hand cannon, which, you know, a lot of players don't even opt to pick up right now. So good on him.
And that's the difference, kind of like from these players and someone like me, right? Your Joe Schmo.
Okay.
Is I was gonna say you could literally, it doesn't matter what color weapon, what kind of weapon, whatever it is, you put anything deadly in their hands and they will 9 times out of 10 find the elimination. I promise you that. And Kazooie's saying, look, I mean, I opted for this hand cannon. I'm just gonna blast people left and right, and he's already done it. You know?
Yeah.
It's crazy. But now Native. What's going on with Native? All right. Iconic skin, again, I don't have it, so I wouldn't know the glories and the joys of it. 3 elims. We've got the gold new shotgun there. That scared me. Something fell in the background. I got scared a little bit. 2 slurp juices, by the way. Yep. Minis.
Lots of metal.
Okay. Now the question would be, does he actually have traps? Sometimes you get the visual bug where you can't see them. If he has a launch pad, Native is just like having the game of his life.
Yeah, already you see him trying to position his tunnel towards the zone, and him getting that elimination is so quick, so clean. It looks like he does pick up a jump pad from that player, able to catch him off guard and secure that elimination. This is a great feeling for Native right now to have that at the nick of time. Looks like he does often take the zip line instead. Yep. I mean, that works too, Native. That's a very vulnerable way to rotate, but if it works, it works. I mean, nobody penalizes that play.
You know, when you're just a sitting duck. The funny thing is when you zip line. Oh, they started the smoke bomb. Nope.
Edit.
Not today, friend. When you start the zip line, you like destroy builds around you, and at that point, you know it's pretty obvious you're zip lining. So the fact that he got it for free, it is very loud. So he got away with it. That's awesome. But now let's jump back in with Kazooie, see how he's doing. Still just the 2 elims. We watched those not that long ago.
Nope. Did pick up some traps. Is looking to utilize his SMG now on today. Gets that 3rd elimination.
All right.
Ooh, and a heavy sniper, which he doesn't pick up. I don't think maybe he's just opting not to use it in this late game, but he has that drum gun now. Definitely looking to prioritize that. Very, very interesting loadout. Does have 2 SMGs now instead of that hand cannon. Grazka coming down now from that high ground. Water falling down, looking to get that position. Doesn't have redeploy, so you'll see a lot of these players now look to maybe second guess their high ground here, make a position for the medium to low ground, but does secure that elimination onto your.
That's probably how he's. Oh my! Okay, just completely. Again, you know, in these kinds of lobbies, you cannot allow if you get in somewhere and you do not own a wall, you got to make sure you replace it. Because Graska just said, "I'm just going to open this wall." Okay. Oh, they bonked their little noggins. No community launch pad for them, unfortunately. And now Native sitting here. Now he's again. We just hit top 15, so more placement points. Divvied out. Top 5 is the next placement threshold. Native already has 6 eliminations right now.
Yep, absolutely.
Is this okay? 7.
Quick gameplay coming out from Native. 7 eliminations now. You do see him utilize that jump pad he picked up earlier just now. So he's had lots of mobility now, but he is now officially out. He's rocking 2 SMGs again and that shotgun. This is a bit of a trend now that we're seeing from a lot of these players. It's the weapon you need for these late games.
Yeah, so now instead of, before with the pump, it was close range combat, when you needed it, right? You're just like, I have mid, long range, I need to fight this guy, I'm just going to swap to the pump, and that's going to be what I use. Now you can run a drum gun and an SMG. SMG is great at breaking through builds. You follow up the drum gun, you're in there one by one, and you're just spraying and praying, right? You can even rely on things like the tac. Like, the meta's shifted, and I honestly think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely. Mooney and Jacob having a 1v1. Jacob going down. We now have a 4-person situation. 3 now. Native taking him out. Grazka there. Daxor, Mooney, Native does use the flintlock to get up to that high ground. Mooney now sitting on the high ground, has a great loadout, a campfire if he needs it. You know, a nice little jump pad that's coming back up on the map that was utilized earlier. Daxor and Native are having a little bit of an engagement down there below. It's going to be interesting to see how Mooney decides when to push down, when to take shots. It's now a 1v1 situation. Mooney does not know the health of Daxor. Is going to make the play down below.
Knocks him. It doesn't work out. A few shots come out. Who ends up winning?
Oh.
It is Mooney. And I don't know if that's Mooney, like the community manager of our game, because his name is also Mooney.
Oh, hello, second Mooney.
You know, hello, second Mooney. I mean, Courage, do you think that is Mooney, the direct, you know, the guy? Cam?
Is it the guy?
Sundown, is this Mooney, our Mooney?
No.
Not a shot.
Mooney, you're great.
Yes, 0% chance.
It's just not that Mooney. The better Fortnite playing Mooney gets the win right there. Great action, fantastic casting so far, guys. But we've got some things to look over. I know we've got some standings we're going to see in a second, but I know you had picked some replays for the viewers at home.
Yeah, so certainly wanted to highlight some of these guys because there was some great individual efforts and some really good talking points that came through the matches. So first, we're going to start with FaZe Sway. Just his ability to close distance here and then put the tac to work. And one thing I want to note is the high rate of fire changing a lot of these interactions. And again, we talked about this use of the Shadow Bomb just being one of the most disgustingly aggressive, waiting out the timer and then picking up Orion there. But the way the tac is changing the fights that happen on the backside of the storm, it's no longer pump into immediate swap. It's you're staying with the tac and you're getting out these high rate of fire shots. So it lets you stick elims there, as we see Sway doing and as we see Julesy doing here with the SMG, and then also with the drum, just putting out shots over shots and being able to rotate between the two of those. I mean, it looked like at this point in time he was able to see fine. However, we'll get into that later. Following up with the drum gun again, picking up Psycho Jake there and just rotating back and forth between that and the SMG, and then making sure he has the Shadow Bomb to rotate through as well. Putting in work from this low ground situation, getting elim after elim, and right there denying the launch pad and then dropping out to the sides and following up with the hip fire. But pay attention here at the end. Cloud is able to pick up a great elim on the high ground and then inherits 2 campfires. Julesy on the low ground has the campfire, hits the drum gun going, but we need to pause. Wait a second. Let's talk about not being able to see. Courage, you've been in this situation before, right? Having your healing and you're there. Has the bandages, opts not to go for it, instead trying to spray out, thinking his campfire will be enough. But Cloud has 2 campfires up on that high ground, and he's just waiting him out. Julesy gets ticked over, so let's see it from Cloud's perspective. Cloud needed 1 tick. 1 singular bandage would have been enough to put it over, being the 15 HP. In that third match, however, some individual efforts, and this is where I want to talk about it. Bugga doesn't get those elims in attack meta. He picks up one of them and the other player cleans them up. However, or in a pump meta, excuse me, with the tac though, picks up the 2 and then Falter here, showing why the double drum gun, you don't always need a shotgun, picks up 3 right away, swapping between them, and ends Aspect's nuts run. I mean, some great individual efforts coming out there. A couple things that need to be cleaned up on, but one of the big things, the diversity of how these fights are playing out and how much the interactions have changed from just Wednesday and last week to today is absurd.
Absolutely nuts, the changes that have been made here for Season 9. Now, the NA East action not quite done yet. We do have an updated standings for you all that we can take a look at here. As we see it, our top 10, and wow, look in that first spot. Misfits Clicks, a name that we have seen a lot so far in the qualifiers, right back in that first place spot.
Yeah, I mean, consistency is what it is. You see 2 players who have already qualified right away showing, again, they're pretty good at Fortnite, right up at the top. You have Sway also earning a spot. Baldy who's been on our leaderboard fairly recently now,
Yeah.
going on the past 2 or 3 weeks. So we've started to see players turn over. You have Merc and Predator. Razor, Tuxi also doing well, been up there. Super Evan, the other half of the Super Evan Godnick duo. Cloud and Perpetrator rounding it out. And again, pretty tight spread, but just the semifinals. So all of these players will be comfortably into tomorrow, where the top 3,000 will battle out for their share of the $1 million prize and the top 6 spots.
Yeah, and
for
remember,
East.
we also have other regions going on. It's a Fortnite World
Yep.
Cup for a reason, not region. The next region we're going to see is Brazil, which I think we have the final standings
Yep,
here.
they're wrapped up, their matches are done, and it was Sheko. We got to tune in and see some of his matches taking the top spot. Again, top 3,000 advance to the final tomorrow, but in Brazil, it's all about that #1 spot. And again, names we see regularly. Kurtz, someone who qualified back in week 3. DK outs in 2nd place. Blackouts, his duo in 3rd. History we've seen on there before. Clipnode we've seen on there before, as well as Lurker, Strand, Ed Road to Glory, and Nahue from Sinister sliding on up there. So congrats to the top 10, but it's all about what happens tomorrow.
Oh, for sure. Congrats to all the players who've qualified from the Brazil region. NA East still going on, though, and I know our casters are eager to get back in the action. Let's throw it back over to them.
Thank you so much, Courage. As always, you look like a snack. I'm only saying that because I'm starving. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're hopping back in. No, Courage, please stop. We're hopping back in with some more games, some crazy names we've already seen. 23 minutes left. Coming down to the wire here for the player's opportunity. Try and qualify. And look at this, we're at Mega Mall. Everyone's trying to go shopping right now, Kitty.
Ooh, I love getting a look at these new zones and how these players are taking advantage of it. They've only had 2 days with these new points, so getting to know the lay of the land for a lot of these players has been their focus. But we are spectating now.
Look.
Okay, great.
AM.
AMWK.
AMWK. How about that one? Let's go with that.
Oh.
It's Dragoon.
Okay, getting a very nice, easy elimination just now. Absolutely a fantastic use of his Stink Grenade, potentially knowing the low health of his opponent and then utilizing it there. We do see a lot of these Stink Grenades still being used. Don't see as many of them in our late games, but they are such a great thing to do. You're able to track your opponent through their walls as they're taking those ticks of damage too, which is another benefit. But Clicks, sitting on 2 eliminations, is going for that close range play, has that drum gun, has that tactical shotgun, now looking to make an edit play down here into where he sees a lot of resources and he needs a little bit more, tops off with that brick, and now just looking to lay in wait. We got the zone finally closing in, and then our very first fully moving zone coming up.
And now the question is, where do we go? I'm hoping that was not where I was hoping we were going east, just over the Mega Mall. We could stop by, pick up some cool things I need to get. I need a new poster for the room.
Errands.
You know, oh yeah, sure. I also need more Fortnite shirts, so the Mega Mall would have been great. Make sure you stop by there.
I do not think you have a
Hashtag ad.
shortage of Fortnite.
No, I
merch
do
now.
not.
See? You can fill a whole closet with it. I've seen you out there.
Real talk, I actually, and completely off topic, the other day I was like, I need to go through my closet. My cache of Fortnite shirts has now exceeded every other shirt. Like, that's how many I have at this point. I know, this is life, guy. I'm the Fortnite guy now, so I guess we just, me and Son now just always have Fortnite shirts.
Wow.
My guy. Anyway, enough about my boring life. Back with Misfits Clicks. Okay, we're utilizing this. I like this.
I love seeing these horizontal slipstreams being
Just
utilized.
go back and forth.
Back and forth. Nobody is punishing this. Everyone is so focused on making that rotation into this new zone now. Clicks looking to make a play now into his own 1-by-1. Maybe get aggressive on this player. Does go for the edit. Gets the shot onto the opponent. There is a trap down there. I think that, immediately gets rid of that. Goes for the loot. He knows how low that opponent is too. He's in the gray range. He may try to make an aggressive play against him. Remember, every single elimination is a point on that main board, but does go for that shadow bomb. Utilizes it as soon as the zone's about to close to get better positioning now before the next one.
Oh, looks like the player, he's trying to make the edit play. It does go through. Mags, you are reloaded back into the weapon. You're going back to lobby. And Clicks immediately hit and run. Says time to pop another shadow bomb, time to reposition. I like this hug to the edge of the storm wall. Now don't forget, you stay invisible as long as you're not touching the ground. So we try to make as much time as being airborne as possible worked out for him. Got a campfire, going to top himself back off. Now, this is kind of like a double-edged sword, right? Because when you put a campfire down, everyone's like, oh, snap, there's a campfire in that 1x1.
Yep, the campfire is very visual now.
He stole it from the buffalo.
Did he get it?
He did. He said, I want this.
It dropped again, though, it looked like on my screen.
No, there it goes.
Could have been a bug.
It was just a visual bug. Yeah, that's all.
Two jump pads are picked up from that spot. Uses one right now to get better positioning. Is going for the high ground. Gets the high ground. Steals it away. He has ultimate high ground right now, but not really the loadout to utilize it. Could go for these close range drum gun shots on his opponents, but now looking to take that high ground back. There is another player there trying to hold it, holding him into the storm, maybe looking for that edit play, but he does drop down, edit down, Clix now has an uncontested ultimate high ground.
That was so, well, first of all, hyper aggression out of him. He was like, I'm just going to full send it on this guy, no matter what happens, and it worked out. Super Evan going down there where we just hit top 15, so another round of placement points. Top 5 is the next threshold. Razor trying to pop off here. 5 eliminations to his name. Now, Kitty, he also has the rocket launcher. This is huge, especially with how many rockets and how tight play space is right now.
Yep, definitely. We do see Razor with the 5 eliminations already. 6 now, getting that stipend. 7, 2 eliminations in such quick succession. He has managed to get 12 rockets, or was it 12 before too?
It was 11.
It was 11.
So he picked
Picks up another rocket, and now it'll be interesting to see what he decides to do with it. We have Clix still holding that ultimate high ground. Reverse 2Ks in this lobby.
Oh, I think there's someone above him because he's shooting up. Yeah, there's 2. He's trying to take shots with the drum gun. Remember, no first shot accuracy, so this is going to be hard to hit these shots.
Yeah, we talked about this earlier. His loadout is definitely meant for that low ground hustle through those players. He wants to be able to shred through them with a drum gun and that tactical shotgun, but he's here taking advantage of the high ground and the slipstream. We got very articulate gameplay, dropping right into that opponent, getting that nice shotgun shot off on him. Isn't enough to get the elimination. Going back for more. Ooh, and that's reverse. Going down. We're now in a top 4 situation. Clix sitting on 7 eliminations.
Clix is just having a field day right now. That was so well using the slipstream. Finds another over on Frey. He's got to take, he's got to take a moment, reload the drum gun.
He just got 2 eliminations with that. He's sitting on 9 now. I don't know where that player stepped in, but Perplex is trying to break through this metal. Now we're going through old build. You got to remember, this is quite difficult for these players. Clix has the health advantage. He definitely knows that at this point. He also, actually, no, he has that med kit too if he decides to utilize it.
Yeah, I don't think he knows that he's got the health advantage, because otherwise he would have just dropped down, right? Like, Perplexity would have had to land double shotgun shots. Yeah, he's just gonna wait it out.
I mean, he's 3 campfires. He just doesn't. That's it.
You know, just 90, 90, 90, 90. Dr. Lupo will always remember you, even though you are so unbelievably old. Great game, though, out of Clix. Super well played. But, of course, we've got more action, Kitty. There's more games on deck.
Not done yet. More East games. And as we go, we get higher and higher point lobbies. These players are playing out of their minds right now. We see already FaZe Diggy, one of FaZe's new pickups. He's one of those amazing, amazing controller players. Good to see him in his lobby. His teammate Vinny we spectated earlier. Now we're getting his perspective of Sharkman, sitting on 2 eliminations. Has that kind of the typical loadout. The most, the best weapons that we've seen the players picking up. That heavy sniper, that drum gun, and the blue tactical shotgun. We're going to be able to see how he decides to utilize that, and access to that jump pad as well. So, what are you going to do here, Sharkman?
He definitely tried to go for the play. Unfortunately, he did not hop enough to get into that player's box. I think it was just more like a scare tactic, because he definitely could have hopped in that player's box, opting not to.
We're going to see it. We're going to see it.
Maybe. Okay,
yeah.
So it feels like Sharkman might be playing a little, I don't want to say scared, but he's playing a little passive, right? Because, like, if you got a
headshot.
Yeah, there could have been an opportunity there. He could have even jumped into the players 1-by-1 not that long ago. He had the surprise factor, but
hey, it's still 43 left in the lobby, Zeke. These guys,
you're right.
Until they hit that 25 mark at least, this would just be
sure, Sharkman.
Love that for him. Yes,
he got it. He smelled the blood in the water and said, elimination, and that player was back in the lobby, just like that. That's a secret ability.
Maybe our analysts break that down for us later. Dang. Maybe
hey guys, what happened with Sharkman? Break it down. It actually could have very well been a trap elim, which would be. It just happened again. Okay, analysts, break this down. Over.
Love that for us. All right, so we also got Kai in this lobby. We got Trevi. We're watching Sharkman still. Oh no, we're gonna head on over. Look at this beautiful lobby of these excellent players trying their hearts out for a piece of that ticket to the World Cup.
That's right.
End of July.
I mean, also, very quickly, mad shout-outs to production who just continue to blow us away with these insane transitions. Just being like, you know what, you're over here, how about it just freaking fly through like a plane, like a drone, basically, between these builds. Yeah, production, I see you back there.
Yep.
Also, I actually do see you back there because I go back there sometimes.
I saw their course that they practice on. These guys are absolutely out of their minds. Top-tier production level gameplay. Love to see it. I love like the little shots that the slipstreams we've been seeing today too.
Oh yeah, I mean listen, if you guys are watching and you think the shots are cool, hashtag Fortnite World Cup for 2 reasons. One, because Becca, you just picked up on that, so shout outs. This is what I want you to do, right? If you have a Twitter, you do hashtag Fortnite World Cup. You say, Becca is the best, and mad props to production. And then tag me and Kitty.
Use code KittyPlays.
And that last bit as well. Sure, why not? Because these guys are on fire today. And it's not even finals day. Well, that's right. That's a level we're at. But Tuzi here picks up another elimination, 2 to their name right now. Now, unfortunately, that Siphon came through. He had 9 HP. Not in the greatest spots, but it's okay. He just needs to make one more pick, and he's going to be back in the game because he does have 7 minis to top himself off. The Shadow Bomb being put to so much use. He can do another
5 Shadow Bombs, Zeke. He can utilize these till the end of the game practically. This man is on an absolute tear. Utilizing these, I'm saying utilizing these small potions right now. We got a lot of players moving into this zone. A big rotation, thankfully out of the lava. They don't have that to worry about, but they do have the change in elevation, so you see a lot of players making their play now up the hill, and now we are headed east.
Oh, he ducked the shot! He ducked the shot! Oh my god! Please, whoever's analyzing, I need that, okay? David in the back, I need you to pull that up. That was sick! I'm losing it. I'm losing it.
What did he do?
He literally walked forward and crouched, and the player shot over his head, and he turned and point blank drum gunned him. That was insane.
That game
oh my god, I love Fortnite.
I'm going to have to see a replay of that one.
Don't worry, we already have the 3 queued up. Remember the 2 Shark Tank clips?
Now.
They're like, yeah, we're just here to serve up what Kitty and Zeke wanted.
Predator taking out Andy there, sitting on 2 eliminations, able to utilize that gray napkin to the best of his ability. Here he is now, utilizing it again, picking up another elimination on Fearful TV. But here these guys go. They need to make it up that hill. They need to make that early decision making to be able to build up in the right way so they're not taking any of the damage from that zone. Opting to go for a rip. We see Hypnos Effect trying to get over to this jump pad to make it back into the zone. He does not go down. He does, oh, no.
There he
does
goes.
take enough storm damage to go down. I thought he might have just made it in the last second, but we're watching Predator now. None of these guys are being penalized for this open, vulnerable rift play. This guy on the high ground is a lot more concerned with everyone low. Looks like these players might be able to catch him totally off guard and get this elimination. Really interesting gameplay by Ghost is Lost. You'd think he's played enough scrims to be aware of that, but that's a little bit too bad for him. Predator with the 4 eliminations now in a bit of a cluster here with Kai, Nani, Predator, and Trevi coming down to jump on top of Spegu, who's down here on the ultimate low ground. He does have that flintlock. Are we going to see a flintlock play? He's not able to secure an elimination yet. Does pick up that one on Nani, and now 1v1 situation, Predator versus Spegu. Are we going to see a flintlock play?
I kind of hope so. He's got it out. He uses it to get airborne, but it's not enough. Predator! Oh my god, no stealth required, saying, I'm gonna shut you down. Sundown, was that not the craziest game you've ever seen in your entire life?
Your entire life.
It was almost, maybe. I'll give it like top 25, maybe.
What?
We've seen some pretty crazy end games, man. We've seen some pretty crazy end games, but the one thing that definitely did highlight, I'll give you there, is how Flintlock, and probably why we haven't seen as much, because as those circle get that much tighter, even if you do hit your opponent, you might go flying back out into the zone. But the battle royale action has been intense. It has been crazy, but it is not the only thing we are going to be seeing at the Fortnite World Cup Final. Yes, we also have the Fortnite World Cup Creative, where the second trial was just released this past Wednesday, made by Lachlan. It's called Lockie's Landing, and you can check it out on his Twitter, Lachlan YT, or his YouTube, as well as ours on Fortnite Game. And right now, we have a little bit of footage from Lockie's Landing, checking it out. So there's a decent amount of puzzles that go through. There's some secret kind of Easter egg rooms, but you have to work your way through. There is a submission doc you can check out on his Twitter, so definitely go in, get his follows, do all that. But I promise you, some of the things you need to do in order to get all the way through this run are crazy. And he's also been giving away small little teasers here and there saying, hey, by the way, some of the fastest way to do these haven't been found yet. Don't forget, 3 players are going to qualify from this. The top 3 scores who get through Lockie's Landing, who get through that elimination race, make it to the end, the 3 best times advance. 15 total players are going to be qualified through the creative trials by our creative captains to advance to New York City, where they'll join us at the Fortnite World Cup Final from July 26th to the 28th. So it's not just Battle Royale action. We're going to get a bit creative in New York City as well. But don't go anywhere. We'll have the rest of NA East when we get back, and we're going to go to a short little break. So.
Hey Fortnite fam, it's me Z. In case you missed it, let's recap Week 4 of the Fortnite World Cup Online Open. In Week 4, we were back to duos, and Oceania, Asia, and Brazil were all playing for prize money. The competition was fierce in Oceania, as players aimed for first place. 3 teams were battling it out for the top spot: Jam Zora and Geese, Jalen and Skyla, and the ghost duo of Zarbi and Trap. In the end, Jam Zora and Geese took first place with an insane score of 132 points. In Week 2, they were 2 points short of qualifying, and with their insane performance in Week 4, expect them to come back even stronger in Week 6. Over in Asia, Top Banny and Faxbox have been a dominant duo, but in Week 4, their teammates Top Hunt and Ming stole the show with their phenomenal 117-point score, 6 points clear of the next duo. T1's Quicks and Medusa were just behind them with 111 points, and just behind them were KGA's Sexy Boy and Backhoe. Asia has proven time and time again that the region is stacked, and we expect them to continue bringing the